You look at Georgia on the offensive end of the court, 6 guys scoring in double figures. It's defensively, it's going to be a big chore for your team this Friday.
Yeah, you know, Georgia is a good team. They have good guard play. You know, they have really good freshmen in Noel. So, you know, they definitely pose challenges, and you know, we just got to be prepared. We have to be ready. You know, they play they play differently than, you know, just looking at the game that we lost. They play different than North Florida. They're not so reliant on threes, but they do have an inside-outside presence. So we gotta be on point with the things we do.
Of course, you're familiar with Godfrey. He gets on the boards pretty hard. That's the guy you're going to have to box out and keep away from the hoop.
And let me tell you something. We're at a point we got to keep everybody off. It's not about one guy. For me, it's about, are we going to stick to our principles, our attention to detail, and the habits that we created. We can't get away from those things. It does not matter. If we limit them to one crack at it, we can get out and we can run. If we're trying to, keep them off the glass and give them 2 to 3 shots, and man, it's just gonna put you in a tough position. So, for me, it's just a matter of just the attention to detail. Everything has to flow. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to flow, and that's how we got to be. We got to be a connected team on the defensive end of the floor.
You've gone with the 2-point guard offense. How have you liked the way it's worked so far?
The 2-point guard offense is great, and it's going to be like that as long as I'm the coach at Georgia Tech. I don't think you can ever have enough players on the floor that can dribble, pass, and shoot. And I think I got 2 of the better ones, and Nate and Javian, and I've been pleased with how they play. They taking care of the ball. We've offensively, I believe the second half of last game we've been really good. I think for most of the season. So I'm really excited about that backcourt.
As far as team chemistry, is that a work in progress, or how do you see the team working as, with sharing the ball, that type of thing?
Team chemistry, there's two facets to that. Team chemistry off the floor is great. The guys like each other. That's really big. And on the floor, everything will get better as you go on. I think no different than any other team in the country. I'm trying to learn. Me and the staff are trying to learn the team, learn our strengths, learn our weaknesses, and you'll get a feel for that as it moves on. But each guy's getting, collectively they're getting used to each other. But the body of work isn't there, so we just have to continue not only to get to work in practice and then see how it translates to the games.
Looking at the minutes for the players, you've brought Powell off the bench. What do you see as his role, or what are you looking for from him when you put him on the court?
About who off the bench?
Powell, Duncan.
Oh, I'm not really big on roles. Man, just come out and play hard. You know what I mean? Like, I got a deeper team, and I think each guy brings something unique to it. But it all starts with playing hard. So I think with our team this year, the luxury that I have is I don't got to give free minutes no more. So minutes are earned, and I think with Duncan, I'm looking for him to be more of an energy guy, and then from there, let's see what happens. So it's not enough body of work to say what he's doing good or what he's doing bad, because I know he's a good player. He just has to get comfortable in the things that he's doing here at Tech.
Friday night, nationally, you have a couple things going. You have Dennis, you have the rivalry with the Georgia game. Does your team talk about that rivalry, and do they talk about the results from last year and how they want to play better this year?
Well, the fortunate thing is last year's team, we only got 3 guys. I looked around, every time I mentioned last year's team, we only got 3 guys that were here. One was actually 4, one was a red shirt. One didn't play, so in reality, it was just buying Nate. And I think that they understand. I think that obviously Lance knows about it, but the other guys, obviously they've been in rivalry games and been in college, but I don't think they know about this rivalry. And I think that for me, I would say this, you know, every school has rivalry, but I think that for me, after losing last year, going up to Georgia and losing, like, I don't want to lose. I just don't want to lose. I won't say I have a distaste for them because I haven't felt deep into the rivalry, but I got a distaste for losing. And I didn't like the way we lost last year when we went up there. You know, that bothered me. They kind of controlled that game from start to finish, and we got to get out to a better start, okay? And then we got to put ourselves in position to have success. So ultimately, the last 4 minutes of the game, we'd be right there to win the game.